Hi guys, welcome back to Pyro versus YouTube channel where curiosity meets the code. Today we'll be seeing how to build an interactive data visualization tool with Tkinter GUI. But before that, we'll be checking the packages pre-installed in my system. So the first command that I'm going to execute in command prompt is pip list, where you can see all the packages with the versions so it can give a look about what package is what version and update it accordingly. So you can take a look onto your packages. If not installed, please do install it. You can just Google how to install and there will be a command for that to execute in command prompt. Another command to check for all these is pip freeze, which gives a similar output where packages with the version will be mentioned. So let's get started with the code. So as you can see, we have imported the libraries which are used in this code. Starting with Tkinter, we all know Tkinter is used for GUI. And then from the Tkinter, we have file log, dialog, and file dialog and message box. These modules are used for file dialog, windows, and displaying message boxes respectively. And we also have data for pandas for data manipulation, and also we have Matplotlib for plotting the library. So let's move on to the functions of the program. So as you can see, we have a function called browse file. Like the previous program, it's the same, but we have changed a little bit of pattern. So the line defines a function named browse file, and we have file path is equal to file dialog, ask open file name. This line opens a file dialog window where the user can select an Excel file. The file type argument specifies the types of the files can be selected in case Excel files extension. So either .xlsx files can be selected or .xls files can be selected. And we have a if loop. So this line checks if the file path is returned from the dialog box. If not, for example, if the user cancels the dialog box, nothing is done. And then we have a entry dot delete and entry dot insert. So this line clears the existing text. The first delete clears the existing text, and the entry dot insert. This line inserts the selected file path into the widget. So we'll move on to the next. Next, moving on to the visualization data function. So here the line defines the function name visualize data, and we have file path is equal to entry dot get. This line retrieves the file path from the entry widget, and we have a if loop. So if not file path return, this line checks if the file path exists. If not, the function exists, and we have the try and a try module where this line starts a trial block to handle potential errors that may occur during the data visualization, and we have df is equal to pd.read excel file path. So here whatever the excel file path we have given, it's stored in as df, and we have print df.head and print df.column. So few of the columns and the rows are being printed in the command prompt while executing. And then we have if length df columns is less than 2. That is, if we have very less data, we have an error code where error Excel file doesn't have enough columns for visualization is being printed. And we have plot type is equal to plot type dot varget. This line retrieves the selected plot type from the radio buttons. And again, we are having a if statement. You can see there is a if plot type is equal to. So here we have I've given before in the before program we have played with different type of saving of the file .py file. We have saved in PNG, JPG, PDF forms. So here I'm giving an option of to plot the graphs, either in line, bar plot, or a. pie chart or a pie chart form. Okay, and so for to check that if what option is selected, we have if plot type is equal to line path. This line checks if the selected plot type is line plot, and if there is line plot, we have plot dot figure fixed size 8,6. This line creates a new figure to plot a specified size, and we have for column. So for I column in enumerate df columns, plot df index, label column, and color of the plot is also mentioned. This line plots each column of the data from the data frame with different colors. And we have again we have x label set it as x-axis label, y label set it as y-axis label. The title is given as line plot, and period dot legend is also given. Else, if the plot type is bar plot. Again, if I select a bar plot type, we have to execute the code to print a barcode. So again, we have plt.figure fixed size. So here you can see the for column has been changed. For column in df.columns plot bar. So this plots the bar graph with df.index, df column, label column, and alpha is 0.7. The gap between the two rows will be 0.7, and this line plots the bar charts for each column of the data from the data frame. And again, same as before, we are setting the X label, Y label, and the title as bar plot and plt dot legend. These lines will be set, and the title of the plots, and add a legend. And the third option is else if pie chart. So here for pie chart, we have a figure plot dot figure fixed size is fixed, and here you can see how we are plotting the pie chart. So plt dot pie df ilog from infinity to 0, and label is equal to df dot index, and we have auto patch triangle and all those things, and we have given only one title since there is no x label and y label. The title will be only pie chart, and then the plt dot show, that means the plot will be shown. And also with that, we have except function, where if there is any error occurring in this entire loop, an error message is occurring where an error occurred and the string is been printed. Coming down, we have the GUI setup for the entire interface, which we can see. So we have firstly, we have the root is equal to tk.tk. This line creates the main Tkinter window, and we are also setting the title of the GUI interface, which is as root.title data visualizer. We have frame is equal to tk.frame root. This line creates a frame within the window, and also we have frame.pack, and we have also given paddx and pad y. Some of the padding is also given to make sure that it fits in the GUI. And we have a label called select Excel file. We have to select an Excel file. And if you go down, we have label.grid row 0, column 0, and pad x and pad y. Again, to make sure that this button, this select file, Excel file option is inside the GUI, we have given this statement. Again, we have entry is equal to tk dot entry frame, width is equal to 40. This line creates an entry widget within the frame with specified width. And we have entry.grid. We also making sure the entry thing is inside the GUI window. So again, we have given row is equal to 0, 1, and pad x and pad y will be 5, 5 each. And then we have browse button. We also need a browse button so that when you click on browse, we can search for the exact Excel file we are looking for. And browse, we need the option called browse, written on browse on it. So this line creates a button widget with specified text calling browse file within the frame. Again, to make sure the browse button is inside, we have given row is equal to 0, column 2, pad x, pad y is 5 and 5. So to make sure that it is there inside, you can see that row is constant 0. And pad x and pad y are also 5 and 5. Only the column will change to 1, 2, 3, and so on. Again, we have here the visualization button, where if you click on visualize data, the entire PDF file will be extracted and you can plot the graph. So this line creates a button widget with specified text and command calling visualize data within the frame. So here you can see visualize button. Also we have making sure that it's inside, but a little bit towards the middle, since the row is equal to 1, column is equal to 1. Pad x and pad y will be as usual 5, 5. And the last, we have plot type variable is equal to tk dot string variable, and plot type variable is equal to set and line plot. This line creates a string variable to hold the selected plot type and sets its initial value to the line plot. So by default it will be line plot. So if you change, if the options change, we have a, again we have a ratioed button. And as I explained what was ratioed button in the before program, we have line, bar and pie for a ratioed button, and we have also given the grid, the place where all the three buttons will be, that is 1 1 1 as row, 2 3 4 in column, and pad x and pad y as usual it will remain as same. And all the ratioed button will have a following text as line plot, bar plot or pie chart. If any variable is selected, that will be stored in the string value of plot type variable. So lastly, we have root.main window loop, which starts the execution of the program. So quickly, let's see the execution and the output of the program. So as usual, I have to go where the program file is stored, copy the name of the program, open command prompt, and here you can see Python space file name dot py. So as you can see, there is a GUI where we have selected file and we have ratioed line plot, bar plot and pie chart and visualize data button. So let me just browse for the file and I'll open, and I'll firstly line plot by default. This is the line plot, and let's try with the bar plot. So you can see there is a bar plot, and let's move on to the next plot, which is the pie plot. So when I click on pie plot, you have a pie chart. Thank you so much for watching. If you have learned something from this video, please do like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you.